is having to issue warnings to your employees. So we know that it's not always fun, especially when you need some kind of uh, provable reasons or cause to maybe let someone go. Having a warning module like this is very, very important, especially if the government or unions or anything may come requesting reasons for why someone was terminated. This is just a great way to archive that and have that proof readily available. It's also a really great tool for training your staff because as we have performance to rate their performance, warnings can be a nice way to see where coaching may be needed. So if something is reoccurring, you can then maybe go ahead and provide that employee with some support. So this is a very, very simple module, but very, very important. You are, as an admin, going to start with your 21-day free trial. And then the first thing you're going to set up here in settings is your account settings, which we only have two of. Super simple. So do we want to require an approval from the manager for the warning? And do we want employees to have to sign that warning when it's issued? And I'm going to say yes. So this is going to remind the employee when they have a warning that needs their attention, that needs their acknowledgement. If after, uh, a week or whatever goes by, it will send them a reminder saying, hey, you did receive a warning that needs your attention. Next, you're going to set up your violation types. So not all organizations are created equal. Every single organization have things that are important to them. You'll just go in here and create those different kinds of violations. Anything that, if done, just cannot happen, you would go ahead and create them here. And at any point in time, you can even enable or disable them. And then actions. So what are the consequences to those violation types? So is it dismissal? Is it coaching? Is it suspension? Is it just a written warning in their file? You would be able to create all of those different consequences or actions that occur when a warning is issued. Once that's done, you can just come back here and either as a manager or an administrator, you can create a warning when need be. So you would just select the employee in question. You can select here the incident date. So you can go back as far as you need, select the date. Anything that you see here in kind of pale blue is mandatory. So their name, the date, and time. We want to log as much information as possible. Here you can give a brief, it's not mandatory, but you could give a brief statement on what occurred. You'll pick what kind of, issue happened. So for instance, let's say attendance, they no call, didn't show. And then what action would it be? So in this situation, we'll just give them a warning. And then you can even elaborate on that action or consequence here. You can choose a file. So sometimes maybe you have, screenshots from a video still, or, maybe it's an email from an unsatisfied customer. You can include that in there. And once that's done, you can just hit save. And when you hit save, this warning will now be sent over to this employee. In this situation, it's Penny. Penny will receive notification that she has a warning that needs to be addressed, and she will have to sign it. And she can either sign and accept, meaning, yes, I did do this action and I accept it, or she can sign and reject, meaning that she does not agree with the warning. And then at that point, there could be some discussion. She and you can even leave comments on the actual warning. So she might sign and reject, but leave a comment saying, that wasn't me, or I didn't do that, or I did come on time, whatever the case may be. But the most important part is there will be a history. There will be an archivable, retraceable, and exportable history on these warnings, which in today's industry is super, super, super important. You want to make sure you're protecting your organization and you're protecting your staff by making sure that when something is done incorrectly or they do something wrong, that you have that information readily available. And that is it for warnings. As I said, it's a pretty small, short and sweet module, but very much important, very much needed, especially if you go with that performance review module. I do believe these two go hand in hand in just supporting your staff and making sure that they get all of the coaching that they need and making sure that your staff is up to your standards of your organization.